As I said, it's one thing to tell people getting out of high school you can have 2 years free of community college or technical school. It's a whole other thing. What do we say to that 40-year-old single mother with 2 kids? And so this year we rolled out the idea of kind of the next step beyond Tennessee Promise that we're calling Tennessee Reconnect, which basically means this. Any adult in Tennessee, regardless of your education background, regardless of your age, regardless of your income, can go back to community college or technical school absolutely free of charge.
At the end of this year, we will have cut taxes. He, under his direction, will have cut taxes 9 times more tax cuts than any administration in the history of our state. That's something that we owe to him. You would think Tennessee, being 1/50th of our nation, you would think we'd have 1/50th of those new FAFSA filings. We had 50% of the new FAFSA filings. Half of all the new filings in the nation came from Tennessee because of his Tennessee Promise. And now, with every single citizen in Tennessee being able to go get a free education without one single tax dollar, that's all paid for by the lottery scholarships. So not one tax dollar is going into that. I'll tell you right now, guys, back then it cost $12,000 a mile to tar and gravel a mile of road. Today it costs $37,000 a mile to tar and gravel a mile of road. Back then it cost $35,000 to pave a mile of road. Today it's $86,000 to pave a mile of road, county road, $122,000 for a state aid road. So the cost have went up so dramatic that we cannot keep pace. I was thinking about Robin Cobb on the way out here, and I was talking to the governor about Robin. She's got 400 people up there in Etheridge. She gets $2,300 from the gas tax. $2,300. You tell me Loretta, Jesse Turner down there gets $44,000 to take care of all the roads in the city of Loretta. 1 penny on our tax rate, PR will tell you, brings in $60,000. So if he raises taxes 1 cent, it's $60,000. If Williamson County raises taxes 1 cent, does anybody want to guess what it brings in? $974,000. So Williamson County can afford to fix their roads if they're willing to pass a 10-cent gas tax. 10-cent property tax. That brings them in $9 million. If TR raises your taxes 10 cents, it brings in $600,000. That'll pay 5 miles of road.
I'm not going to.
That was quick.
I'm waiting on the governor.
If Robin Cobb or Jesse Turner wanted to raise taxes to fix their roads, they would have to have a $4 property tax increase to pave 1/3 of their roads. It's impossible. They cannot do it. So I've worked for a year and a half with the governor and said, Governor, we have to fix this. He said, I'm well aware of TDOT's problems. And I said, but I want to share with you Lawrence County's problems. So with this plan, Lawrence County, all the cities and the county currently gets about $2.9 million from gas tax. $2.9 million. After his plan, we're going to get $4 million. So we're going to get an additional 2.9 to 4.1 roughly. We're going to get an additional $2.1 million from this gas tax plan. So with that, I'll shut up, open it up for questions, and whatever the governor can't answer, I'll answer.
I was just getting ready to say, I'm Bill Haslam and I approve that message. All right, we'll do our best to answer. And give me about this we talk about, or anything else that you want. That you like.
Is there indexing tied to this bill?
On the fuel, there is. Now that's a very contentious issue, to be honest with you. So that'll be debated in the legislature.
What was this question?
Is there indexing tied to the to this? The reason I added to that was you don't get in the same situation 5 years from now, and every other tax is indexed. So your sales taxes is tied to inflation. Just to be upfront with you, that's a very contentious, and that'll get a lot of debate. Yes, sir.
Maybe more of a comment than a question, but I think the haul reduction is already in place. So is it really fair to use that as a balancing factor, or should we be looking for something else?
No, it's a really fair question. So it's already been passed, but that'd be like this: if I don't know, assume you're married. I don't know if you are. Okay, you are. Okay, so maybe you get with your wife, say, every year, we're gonna go on a trip. I mean, we're gonna go somewhere nice every year. You know, we've been married for 25 years. From here on out, we're going on a trip every year. You can say that, and you can both agree and say that's the deal, but you still gotta pay for that trip when it comes. And so what we've done as a state is we've said, we're gonna do away with all income tax, but we hadn't paid for it. We hadn't taken it out of the budget yet. So I think it does count because you haven't done that. But if you don't want to be honest with you, even if you don't count that, we'll still have cut way more taxes, like I said, total of $540 million. Even if you take that out, which I don't think you can because you got to take it out of the budget, you're still way, way, way ahead with our plan. Was that a fair question? Yes, sir.
Is there something in your plan to kind of equalize the electric cars?
Yeah, thanks. That's a great. We actually so we'll for the first time, electric cars would pay a fee of $100 annual fee to drive on roads because they've been driving for free. To be honest with you, there's only 2,500 electric cars in the state, so it doesn't bring us in a whole lot of money, but it does start the principle. Yeah, but it's a fair point. It doesn't have. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Internet service,
Yeah.
affordable, fast-paced internet service. I run a few trucks. The state has a program that all trucks need to register online. I do all my tax reporting and all my filings and my tag renewals, all has to be done online. The internet service that I have, I live 4 miles from right here. The internet service that I have is so slow that when I get on the state program will kick me off before I can get my questions and my information in.
And I want to point out real quick, Cranford has told me, online to Cranford means call your state rep and make him do it in Nashville.
Works for me.
Cranford has called me on multiple occasions saying, I can't get my driver's got a problem, can't renew his license, blah, blah, blah. So, listen, we hear that, and I hear it every day, and the governor's come out with a $47 million proposal to help solve that
So
problem.
that's what our broadband plan will do is hopefully bring broadband access to those places that don't have it. We're putting some incentives in there. The problem you've had, to be honest with you, in the past has been the commercial providers, whether it be an AT&T, Comcast, whoever, Charter, I'm not sure who else down here, they said that when people are really spread out, it doesn't pay for us to put it in there. So we put in some money to some grants to incentivize them to go to unreached places. We're also letting the electric co-ops go within their territories to expand that as well. So hopefully one of those two things that we just introduced that bill this year will take care of your need. Yes, sir.
Have you selected a route for the northern bypass?
The governor don't know about that yet.
Hey, who in here has very promised something
Will we, the consumer, not ultimately pay twice for this gas tax because as a result of the tax, your commodity is going to increase in cost and then we buy the
Well,
commodity as well?
two things. If you look at the total amount of operating that truck and you look at what this increase would be on top of their total fuel, their total cost of the driver, maintenance, et cetera, it is a small fraction. It is a small fraction. The other point I'd argue is fuel has never been lower than it is now in terms of, not never, but in a long time. Okay, I understand that. So if you do, I can't do the math quick enough to say what does this cost to add to their total operating costs, but it would be a really small number, a fraction in terms of what it's cost add to that truck's operating cost. Yeah.
I would like to know the likelihood of the broadband plan passing, and also if it does, about when will you be?
Yeah, so great question. I actually think there's a pretty good chance it'll pass. It's Barry or Dave could tell you, a lot of these things are trying to devise a plan that can make it through where the big opponents don't beat it. You can get past them. So in this case, you had the big providers, the AT&Ts and Charters, et cetera, who had they didn't want government subsidized competition coming on top of them. I think we've designed something that they can live with. They'll speak for themselves. I think the chances of something passing are better than 90%. So whether it's exactly our bill or not, I don't know, but I think something passing better than 90%. It would go into effect July 1, and so the grants would become available. How long that would actually translate into when Cranford could get speedier internet service, I don't know that yet.
Might go crystal ball.
But we got time for maybe one more question. Yes, sir.
What do you think about President Trump?
I will remind you about Rotary's position on politics.
Let me say this. Here's what there's a couple of advantages that I've already seen as a governor. Okay, first of all, I know about 2/3 of the secretaries or that he's appointed to positions, which really helps. So when you have somebody that you actually know, you can call up and say, hey, so, you know, can you help us on this? I mean, the person he put in charge of the folks that run Medicaid and Medicare is somebody that I've known and worked with for a long time. That's a huge advantage, okay, number one. Number two, just fundamentally, the mentality of let states decide more things is a really good thing. And so, hey, here's what I'd say is, you know, we're at the point where in the country, election's behind us, now it's about, I don't care who you are or where you're from, you should be cheering for the president to succeed, period, okay?
Yeah.
That's just where you should be. And so, their reigning philosophy is a lot of the things that the federal government has decided, the state should decide. And whether that be education, health care, transportation, and that's it. Again, forget your politics. You should want decisions to be made. The closer to home the decisions are made, the better the decisions are. So, oh, wait, I said one last, if it's a quick one.
Who are you going to pull for in the Super Bowl?
Easy, I'm for the Falcons. Thank you all very much.